Welcome to Cheaper Than Dirt videos. In each video, I'm going to show you maintenance tips to your equipment and your landscaping. So let's just get started. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the handlebar on the TimeMaster. Unfortunately, this is something that happens every once in a while with the handlebar. You can see right here where this pin attaches right here. Well, this mower is really heavy, weighs about 150 pounds, and then when you have wet grass in the bag, it can weigh about a little over 200 pounds, maybe 225 pounds. So you have all of that weight pivoting on this right here. So eventually that stress will break the handle. So in this video, I'm going to show you quickly how to replace the handle. This is the part number right there. I paid $100 for it, free shipping, and it's held on by that bolt there and that bolt there. And we'll be using a 9/16 socket. So there's a nut underneath all this holding the bolt here. So we need to clean out all this gunk in here so we can get to it. Probably should get my leaf blower over here, blow all this junk out. In fact, I think I'm gonna go get that right now so we can blow all this out and clean it up. And it looks like this side also has the same problem. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my leaf blower. Okay, now that we got this area cleaned out, we can get to the nut now. So now that we can get to the nut down there, let's get rid of any of these zip ties you have on here. We also need to undo this because we got to separate the handlebar, the upper from the lower. So let's do that. Okay, and you want to undo this little clamp here that's holding the cables. We'll just lay this off to the side. Alright, so you're going to need a 9/16 socket and a 1/2 inch wrench here so you can get on the nut. And of course I dropped the nut down in there. Alrighty. Gotta get the needle nose pliers. Okay. Let's go do the other side real quick. And of course I dropped that one down in there too. Alright, there's the other one. Okay, now we just reverse the process. Put the new one on. Alright, so I had to do a little bit of working around here because this nut is way down in here. See if we can get an angle on it so you can see it. But it's way down there. So what I ended up having to do is put some tape on this wrench, stick the nut in it, and actually I had to oh gosh, it's really hard to get an angle on this so you can see it. Basically what I ended up having to do is put some tape on this wrench with the nut on it and hold it there so I can get the nut started. So I got to do the same thing on this side. So I can't hold the camera and do that. So it's actually turned out to be a little bit more difficult than what I imagined, but we're getting it done. Alright, so basically putting this tape on here, holding the nut, and then slowly threading it on worked. So now we're just going to tighten them down and reassemble everything. chickens are upset with all the noise I'm making. That's what all that racket is in the background. Hold on. Got a little ahead of myself here. I got these cables I need to put on the... Got them wrapped on the wrong side. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's fire this thing up. See how it works. Feels pretty solid. All right, there we go. I think I got another knob somewhere in one of my drawers in the workshop, so I'll replace that. But there we go. So right there is the hardest part, is getting that nut back on. That was a challenge, so I suggest putting tape on a wrench and just slowly hand threading it on there. And then when you drop the nut down in that hole, it's a little difficult to get out. You got to fish it back out, so tape seemed to work the best. Trying to get to where you can see it. I don't know if we can get this side, it's darker. But anyways, there we go. Quick fix. $100 part, and we're ready to start rocking and rolling again. You can see how this is kind of a poor design here. They put this bolt hole right here and they crimped the pipe, and then all that weight, over 200 pounds, is being pivoted on this little spot right here. So you can kind of see how it, over time, this mower's about 2.5, 3 years old, and I use it commercially, so there's a lot of pressure on this handle, and it finally just broke. Homeowners probably won't have that issue because they're not doing 10 yards a day or more. But I think for a better design, there should have been 2 holes here to distribute the pressure. But anyways, the handlebar was $100, and now that we know we need to put tape on the wrench to thread that nut back on, it's an easy job. You just got to take your time lining up that nut. But anyways, there you go. Replacing the lower handlebar on the Toro TimeMaster. So when you're replacing that nut back on there, just be sure to put some tape on your wrench. That's the innovative way for me to do it. There might be another way, but me doing this for the first time, that seemed to work pretty well. Well, an extra little helpful tip is don't clean out this cavity as much as I did, because when you drop the nut in there, it's really hard to fish it back out. So it's probably better not to clean it out so much. Leave some at the bottom so you can at least fish the nut out. Thank you for watching Cheaper Than Dirt videos. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and it helps our channel get noticed. Thank you.